It's that time again. Today, I got a lot to go over. We've been doing pull requests like a madman. We had 60-something pull requests on the last stream on Linux Utility. And it's really interesting to see the contrast of projects between Windows Utility and Linux Utility, and seeing the early days of an open source project is really interesting from a maintainer's perspective, and the challenges you have with different types of projects you encounter. And I'm working through that, so it's kind of interesting. We'll talk about it, but really the theme of today's stream is unit tests and standardization. Now, that sounds super interesting. I'm sure some people are like, oh, I can't wait, Titus, this is amazing. No, just kidding. Nobody thinks that about standardization or unit tests. A lot of people are like, waste of time. I can't believe you do that. That's just such a pain. But the purpose of it is, as I see it from a beginner perspective, is technical debt will pile up like crazy if you do not do unit tests and have any sort of standardization. If I just started accepting all kinds of bash scripts and just different ways of people write these scripts, could you imagine maintaining that in the long term over a year, 2 years? It would just get absolutely insane. And I'm not there. So yeah, PR stands for pull request. And yeah, that's just kind of where we're at. And I did a bunch of pull requests. I'm going to show you some pull requests I've taken, and we're going to give some examples of what not to do. Now, having said that, I like a lot of contributors, and it's nice to have contributors of all walks of life and all different things. The more different types of contributors I have, the better, because then I can get ideas from everybody and get contributions from everybody. It's not, hey, I'm only going to pick the best people and I'm only going to accept contributions from them. And some maintainers, I think, have issues with this because, you know, they look at some of them and they're like, you know what? I just don't want to deal with the PRs, because I think we need to talk about bad pull requests real fast, because that is that's a thing. Now, I want to show you these, but before we get into that, I just want to say up front, I appreciate all of the enthusiasm, and I'm not shaming anybody for doing this, because there's plenty of times I fail and screw up, and I even ask and communicate the wrong things. So the first thing we got to talk about is kind of my doing, and I apologize to the contributors out there. And I said multiple times, break up your pull requests. Yeah, because I got tired of like nuke the world pull requests, which like 10,000 lines changed. So I had a contributor, which we're going to look at the other day and today. He submitted, whatever, submitted probably 40 or 50 pull requests over the same topic, bashisms. Don't submit 40 pull requests on a formatting thing. It's the same theme on the formatting thing, and I got 40 pull requests. Now, I accepted like 20 of them, but as I got through 20 of them last night and I went to bed, I sat in bed and I'm like, I just wasted probably an hour, 2 hours merging pull requests for something I could have just coded in 10 minutes. Maybe 5 minutes, actually. And that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good. So I want to revise my statement on break up your pull request to break up your pull request when the topic of the pull request changes. That's the big takeaway here. So obviously, if you're changing a menu item here and then all of a sudden you jump over and like find a formatting issue or something like that, that should be 2 separate pull requests, right? Unless it's like a quote missing or something silly. Then it's fine to just toss in there. But too many people like just start fixing like 5 or 6 different, way different topics and then submit, one giant pull request. And instead of that, yeah, break it up. But at the same token, don't be fixing a bunch of formatting issues and then submit 30 or 40 different pull requests. So let's show what we're talking about here. And first off, again, I appreciate everybody contributing and all the enthusiasm. We're all learning here. And I take full ownership of these because I did tell everyone to break up their pull requests. I just didn't think it'd get this bad. So yeah, let's go. All right, here we go. This is a good one. You guys are going to love it. We're going to go into Linutil and we're going to show you the pull request. So right now we have a bunch of pull requests, specifically here. Here's a good chunk of 6 pull requests for just bashisms, fixing a quote in the plus placing, and quoting vars. So if we look at each one of these, you'll notice, well, okay, so adding quotes to escalation tool, adding quotes to escalation tool, adding quotes to escalation tool. Okay, that's, we could approve and squash and merge that, sure. What's this one? Fedora, okay, what's this? Oh, adding quotes to escalation tool. Okay. All right. And then what's this one down here? Let's go. Oh, utilities. Quote vars and utilities. All right. Okay. So look at how much time I'm spending just kind of looking through it. So far, it's adding quotes to escalation tool. No other vars really present in here. Mainly this one var. Escalation tool. Packager honestly was missed in here, so that actually should be quoted too, just to avoid errors in shell check. So here we go. Let me explain why this is bad. Again, I'm sorry, NN, to pick on you here, but we need to explain and learn from this so nobody else does it, because it's just the nature of the beast. So what would be my fix for it? So let's say I have the bashisms here and I run that bashism script. I can grab all those errors locally. And then let's say, oh crap. Okay, escalation tool, obviously a problem in multiple scripts. Well, I could just do like a control shift, let's say find. And let's go space, escalation tool. Escalation underscore tool. So this is what we have, and instead we could just do a space quote, or we could just do a global find and replace for this, and then just knock out all of them in one go, one button press, done. So that's where we got. So that would be the fix. So instead of going through 4 or 5 different PRs where I go through the code, look and analyze all the code, approve that one, go to the next one, squash and merge, and then rinse and repeat 6 or 7 times, I could just do a global replace here and go, okay, well, not only do I have to worry about we didn't miss any variables, but I also don't have to worry about all that time I'd spend. So a good example of good PR versus bad PR, but also as a maintainer, a lot of this is on me because one, I told all contributors break up your PRs, which in this case, you would not break up a PR. You would just want to do global. Now this could cause merge errors and other stuff. And this is what is different from a maintainer and a contributor. There's certain things that just don't work in PRs that well. When it comes to formatting and certain fixes like this, when we add a new unit test, sometimes it's easier for the maintainer to take over that specific responsibility and fix all those bashisms, because otherwise sometimes you run into merge errors and other things if it's a fast moving project like Linutil. So this is a good example of something that frankly, I should just do, because I'll go through, clean it all up, make sure we don't have any errors, and then submit it. And then once almost like 99% of all the changes have been made and done well, then the contributors can come in and kind of clean up anything I might have missed. But when you have this massive change and one contributor is doing these formatting changes and another's over here, it becomes a bit of a mess. So a good example. But why are we doing all this is the other question, right? Is obviously with the escalation tool, it's like sudo or do as. Anybody that's done any scripting or know anything about Linux, frankly knows that's never going to be 2 words, and we don't really care about it. So why quote it if it's never going to be 2 words? That's another thing we got to talk about because of shell check and unit tests. I know it's kind of a pain to go back and do all these formatting changes and fix all these bashisms, but having the standardization and shell check being good is dependent on us implementing and having good code at the start of it, so we don't have any tech debt or have an accumulation of tech debt from accepting a whole bunch of different variety of scripts that could cause problems in the future. And this just makes everything more uniform and make sure that it runs the same on all systems. All these things are really important because of how universal the script is meant to be. So I just want to explain all that first off the get-go. I appreciate everybody. I think it's awesome that we see this type of enthusiasm. So do you plan on making a new stable release today? Asking because it's related to packages. Probably not, because I think we have some issues with our current run of linutil. Let's see. So here's our current linutil. There's also some really cool PRs that I want to accept into this before our next release. I think like bash prompt, was it? Yeah. So if we look up at bash prompt here, can we scroll up a little bit? It went a little too fast there at the very beginning, but let's make sure that, okay, yeah, it didn't break anything. Let's do a cargo run again. Let's see, what would give me a prompt? Probably like, would NeoVim? No, probably not NeoVim. Let's Rofi. Okay, right here at the top, we have an error. You see how it's not actually doing line breaks? So part of this bashism and another thing where I was like, oh God, I think I just got to close out all of these PRs for formatting errors, because we have massive changes that need to happen across all bash scripts. So I don't want to accept any more, don't stop programming for any bash scripts right now, because I'm going to have to pretty much refactor all of the bash scripts because we have some global issues with them. So I'm going to probably close out all PRs on bash scripts, go through, fix this, because if we look at Rofi, let's just come on over to Rofi. I think that's in application setup, Rofi. You'll notice this right here, this formatting that's global across all of the project. I think it's incorrect. So what this should be, I think it's like, instead of a %B, I think it should be like %S. Let's see what that does. And let me see if there's anything else in here that I'm looking at. And probably on the common script, we can change some stuff out as well. Let's look at that common script. The problem is because ChatGPT probably wrote it. Yeah. Old Jippity strikes again. Yeah, LLMs are fun, but yeah, don't always trust everything at face value for sure. So let's see what we have. So let's quit this out. Let's do a cargo run again. And let's come down into application setup. Let's try Rofi. Does that fix it? It does not fix it. As we see here, all that did was mess up our color formatting. So the using Pac-Man, privilege escalation, and that looks like common script actually. That was the problem there. So let's look at common script. So we have check package manager. And you look here, install. You are doing like a new line here. Let's look at all the printf in common script. So it's printf super user group. Actually, it isn't incorrect. There was just no %B, so I actually did it wrong. So if we go back to Rofi setup, let's just change all that back to what it should be. And then in common script, we just need to expand this out a little bit. Just a formatting thing. So we can do something like this. And that one's good. That one's good. Let's see what else we have for printf. Oh, on crates.io. Yeah, we need to look at that, Adam. We might look at that here in a little bit when it comes to the cargo install of linutil that you've added. And then we'll also look at the AUR script that you've added as well. Pseudocode and documentation is also important. Good point. Line 23. Yes. There's that one. Okay. Let's go printf down here. Printf. Using blank for privilege escalation. That's good. Using PGM right here. That's good. That's good. And I don't see any other issues. So actually, Jippity didn't screw us over there. I thought it was in the Rofi script itself, but it was just in common script. There's a couple spots where we had a %B incorrectly. So let's come back, look at that, quit out, cargo run. We also have a warning we probably need to take care of as well. I mean, we could get a new release today possible. I'm not going to hold my breath on it, though, because there's quite a bit we need to fix. Okay, so that fixes that line items and such, and we're good. And that didn't break our Rofi. Good. Frigid, what's up? And Consumed King. Wow, look at that. So, yeah, IDE is a cursor, by the way. But sometimes I do come over to NeoVim too. It just depends on what I'm doing. Sorry for not contributing much lately. Been fighting with some old depression and making a hell of an effort to get back. Man, no worries. You know, that's the thing. Like, if you're a contributor, don't ever feel like you have to contribute. You know, just, I always want you to be in a good state and just do what you can when you can. I appreciate whatever you do, but don't feel like you're obligated to always be contributing. It's one of those things that, hey, if you're using it and you see something and you're like, oh, well, I can fix that real fast, submit a PR, and I just appreciate that. But don't ever feel like, oh my gosh, I haven't contributed anything this month, I'm worthless. No, man, it's nothing like that. I always appreciate everybody that does it, and I'll remember you regardless, you know? There's people that haven't contributed in like 3 years, but if I saw them pop up in chat, I'd be like, oh man, I remember this commit. I do remember a lot of the contributors, so I appreciate it. Whatever you do is awesome and great with me. All right, what do we got? What does B do in the printf statement? Here we can get a readout. Let's just have Jippity explain it. Explain this printf statement. Prints a yellow color %. Okay. What does %B do? The %B format specifier in printf allows the interpretation of backslash escapes in this string. So the %B allows the backslash in to happen. Technically, I think you could, if you wanted, probably do something like \n, and you could actually take the n and put it over here if you wanted. I mean, you don't have to. But kind of, and that's the cool thing I love about LLMs is sometimes it can explain things pretty good. Scripting so much fun. Thanks for your streams. Encourage me to continue about the Cosmic Alpha script is usable and works marvels. Yeah, and we got Cosmic Alpha 2 is coming out on the 26th. So on the 26th, which I think is next Thursday, we should be getting a new Cosmic Alpha, which is awesome. Has your opinion of Fedora changed at all in the last year or so? I switched to Debian since your tier list video. No, it's about the same. I mean, I still have a sweet spot for Fedora in my heart because it's kind of what I started with was DNF and a lot of those things. But yeah, with Red Hat and stuff, I think it would be a fool's errand to continue developing on any distribution that has a major Linux company behind it. There's just been so many shenanigans that have happened that I'm like, I don't know. My script's ready for Alpha 2 on the Git branch. All right, man. Well, maybe we'll try it out, on 26 or so. Oh, okay. Yeah, sure, Rex. What do we got? Previous comment. This also works with many commands that are POSIX compliant. Yesterday we were working on printf -- line. If you add the -- after printf, it tells printf that you will not be using any more arguments. So you don't have to escape every dash. So you would do a printf -- and then quote and then -- for instance. Let's look at that. Do you remember what script we were on when we were doing the dashes? And we do need to look at the... Oh, you know what? We can just do a global find. It's going to be easy to find. So we're doing dash like that. But let's do regular... Nope. Not finding it. Huh. Where did I put it? Dash. I think it was the time. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Chuck. That's right. So let's go to the time shift. SH. And I think it was towards the bottom. Maybe we. Oh, I think it might have got patched out. Because I think it was in time shift. I do remember that. Anywho. I'm sure it'll pop back up. Or maybe it was monitor control or services, I think. And it's gone. Okay, well. That's that. So let's look at some of these pull requests. I'm going to work through these as quick as I can and try and get through. We're going to add shell check-in, which is going to cause all kinds of problems. Oh, all the bashisms, printfs, and all kinds of craziness is about to take place. So for this one, I'm just going to close all of these, and then we're just going to do a bashism and just go through and fix this real fast because we need to get this standardization done with echo, printf, and I've already done so many PRs from NN where, let's see, this one is actually a good one because he's switching that for loop out, and then we got some printfs, read, and getting rid of those read P's. That's fine. Let's approve that. Squash and merge. And I'm not going to worry too much on the syntax and testing on these because we're about to change just a ton of stuff. Incorrect quote was placed on the inside, and we're pushing it to the outside. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. Squash and merge. Just so much. But yeah, it's just... We're going to close all of the other ones too with the quotes. We'll do all the globbing ourselves. I get similar PR for Bashism. Was a nightmare since I'm new to GitHub. The pain. Yeah, but it's good to get rid of Bashisms. It really is. So like I said, it's just one of those things. All right, we got flat pack, flat hub. Just add in the description. Pretty easy PR. And I'm getting better and faster with this. Probably, I think I'm still the fastest through the web compared to just doing it through Cursor. But we're moving through. So then we got just a ton of quote vars. We're just going to close all those. Can we do a bulk close? That would have been nice. Anyways. So the problem with accepting a ton of PRs about the same thing too is it bloats up my release code. So I'm kind of like, ugh, I don't want it to do that. So if you look at like linutil releases, I was doing this for the latest release. I was kind of trying to clean this up because like the Bashisms, NNYY was kept repeating those PRs. So it was just this laundry list of like, added another quote here, added another thing here. So that's one thing that's really annoying when you have PR spam. And I am labeling PRs right now. This is something we need to talk about when it comes to PRs. How do we want to break up what features? Because right now we only have 3 labels that matter for our releases. We have features or enhancements. Same thing, right? So we have that. We have the bug fixes. So it'll be labeled as bug, and that gets put into bug fixes. Or we have documentation. Oh, and we also have security, which rarely ever gets used. So right now, those are the 4 labels that show up on our releases. Is there anything else that we are needing to do? And we are doing squash and merge. So I squash and merge all of the commits on the PR. So in the future, when you look at the commit, it's not going to be just a complete crapshoot. Like right now, it says 7,507 commits. Most of this is because I think yesterday, sometime through the day, my defaults were just merge instead of squash and merge. This is also something, if you're new to GitHub, that you should know. Why is it squash and merge? What's the difference with a squash and merge? Let me show you. Let's see how we have 3 commits right here. So these 3 commits, if I just did a standard merge, those 3 commits would get added to the commits of the project. So it kind of, when you have a whole bunch of different PRs like this, all the commits just kind of get commingled, right? So then you have commits just kind of overlapping each other everywhere, and it's a huge mess. So instead of doing a standard merge on a bigger project like this, you would do a squash and merge. And what does squash do? It takes those 3, squashes it to 1, and then it commits that 1 PR into 1 commit on the main project, so you don't have any a huge mess on your hands. Like our current commits in linutil, bit of a mess because I didn't squash and merge for some odd reason. I think when you start a project out, it defaulted to merge instead of squash and merge, or maybe I changed it. I don't know. Either way, squash and merge your PRs, really important. But I do that when as a maintainer of a project. But good to know. Again, I'm learning things every day. Just one more thing, one more feather to put in the hat. It's cool though. It's really neat. As a noob coming into the development realm, there's a lot of things at GitHub I never understood until now. And every single day I'm learning something new where I'm like, oh man, that's so neat. I get it now. And there's a reason and a rationale for everything you see. And I think that's awesome. yeah, rebasing, you got cherry picking, you got the multiple branches, and how man, it's just so many cool things you can do. Another thing I could do too with some of these multiple PRs, like let's say it was like something a little more complex than just quotes, where I can just do a global replace and it's pretty much does the same thing. Instead of doing that, I could, let's say you have a little more complex, but it's still duplicative PRs. You could actually create your own pull request. And let's say you have 5 pull requests that are really identical and you just want it in one pull request. You could rebase all of those and just merge them all into one branch. And then you have that 5 PRs into the one PR, and then you can adjust it from there too. So there's a lot of different ways to approach. And I still love, I know this stream I've kind of torn down doing independent PRs, especially when it's really, really small. But I really prefer that because that gives you the option to do that. Whereas if you contribute a giant PR, let's say it's a massive, like nuke the world PR is what I like to call them, I just have to close it. I can't do anything with that code. So I'd much rather you err on the side of caution of too many PRs, where you could actually squash them down into one PR over here if it was just PR spam. Or, you know, yeah, that's just my thoughts on that. Yeah, that's all I had. But there's so much that goes on with Git. I mean, I think a basic tutorial is fine. Like I did a GitHub tutorial, just like the basics, but I think a lot of it is just running the projects, getting the experience. Once you have the experience, a lot of these things will make a lot more sense. When someone's just talking about it, it's a little harder to like grasp some of the concepts. Yeah, squash. This is all Git, not exclusive. I say GitHub, but Git in general. So it could be GitLab, it could be Bitbucket, it could be Codeberg, it could be Git. There's a lot of different Gits out there. Wherever you want to host your repo using Git, just understanding Git is a good thing. So yeah, use whatever you want to do. That's what I say. I just prefer GitHub because, one, I have the most features. They are pretty good to open source right now. It is owned by Microsoft. You should know that up front. But you also get probably the most exposure and contributors on GitHub. Everyone has pretty much a GitHub account. So that's why I like GitHub. But could Microsoft do something and screw it all up? Probably. I mean, give them time. It's Microsoft. But right now, it's awesome. It's probably the number one for a reason. Oh no, yeah, Guru. Like, don't apologize for making a PR where it's wrong, or I say wrong, but it's a learning experience, man. And if this is like your first couple PRs, you know, I always say, hey, make a PR. Worst case, I just sit here and go, oh, yeah, this PR was not up to snuff, or I might give you a little feedback and go, yeah, I can't use this because of X or Y or Z. But don't take it as like, oh, I can't believe you did that. And I know sometimes I can be a little brash or just straight up just say exactly what I'm thinking, but just know I'm often wrong, and I fail a ton. If there's one, this is my superpower. All right, you ready for my superpower? This is my superpower here. I am great at breaking things and just simply failing. That is what I'm really good at. But I'm not afraid of it. And that's my superpower. So I can do it. And I'm like, I completely just screwed this whole thing up. All right, let's fix it. So then we fix it. And then we learn something from that failure or that breaking that happens. And that's what I'm really good at. And I can do that so fast. And I can do that turnaround in that learning, that whole sequence so quickly with feedback. And I know when I'm right, and usually I know when I'm wrong, to where I'm very good at adapting in whatever environment I'm thrown in. Even if I don't know jack shit about anything, I can easily get tossed in the environment start figuring things out. I will just start pulling levers until I figure it out. I will probably break everything, but I will be able to fix everything by the time I'm done. And it's just that that's probably what I'm the best at. Every business, everything I've ever done in, I will just toss myself in there and just be like, well, let's go. And that's what we do. And a lot of people are afraid of that. And once you learn, and I was too, don't mind you, I wasn't born like this. I'm definitely born a little damaged, but I learned over the course of 40 years that as I get older, I really enjoy the art of failing or the art of breaking things, because that's when you learn stuff. And after you get that kind of programmed in you, you can just make it faster and faster and faster. And the faster you can fail, the faster you can learn, the faster you can succeed. So I always tell my kids, you can't succeed without failure. So you have to fail to succeed. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but if you're not failing, what are you doing with your life? Because really, the people that aren't failing, those are the true losers. You heard it here first. So, what have you failed at today? That's the question you should ask yourself. Not what you did, what you succeeded at. What'd you screw up today? Where did you fail? Because that's much more important than where you were successful. And it's normal. It is normal to be afraid of failing. Lord knows I do it all the time. I say stupid shit all the time and I fail. Whether it's on stream, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's, I go to work and I say something stupid. I mean, we had a meeting the other day and I'll have a foot and mouth moment and just say something stupid. And usually I'm like, oh, probably shouldn't have said that out loud. But it's more about the context. And as long as you have, if you're good-hearted about it and you're not doing anything malicious, of course there's people that do try and sabotage you, and there's malicious things that happen. But most people just want to learn, they want to succeed, and if that's your aim, you shouldn't be afraid of failure. I should get a t-shirt and say that. I've said it enough. You're currently failing at being publicly wise. Fair. Public wisdom's a very fickle thing. Yes, I'll sound smart for a little bit, and then I'll say something completely stupid. And that's just par for the course for me. That's just what I do. All right. Move redundant functionality. What's this one? Install dependencies on the compile script. Ah, yeah, that's not needed. There's nothing in there, huh? Yeah, okay. Well, agreed. Extra bloat for no reason. What have you failed at today needs to be a t-shirt. I like it. I like it. Ah, so good. We're just going to click on random ones, and we're just going to start piling through this. I'm going to try and keep up on the PRs. All right, we got that. You forgot about no confirm. Oh, man, we got a lot of checks. All right, cool. What I want to do is try and get through some of these PRs, and then we're going to do one massive change, which is pretty much a rebase once I'm finished with a lot of the scripts. And we're going to fix most of this. We have that. Let's commit that. No confirm. That needs to happen. Why was that? Was that Google? Tech Zero, thanks for the tier 1, man. Do all well-known AUR helpers have the same syntax? I think so. Like Paru, Yay, almost all of them do. 3AR, thanks for the prime. All right, so got that. And I'm gonna check in on YouTube too. Okay, cool. Didn't miss anything. Oh, that's weird. It's all the way back there. Oh, anyways. I still think the AUR syntax is kind of wild. Kind of crazy. I'm like, I don't understand it. Oh, really? Paru broke recently. Did you know that? Pac-Man upgrade broke it. Wow. I always knew Ye was better. Nyx is better than the AUR. I agree with that, Phoenix. You and I can agree on that for sure. Browser setup. Okay, so here's Chrome, Firefox, Mozilla, Brave. Yeah, those are probably the big three. No, okay, let's go ahead and commit. Adam, appreciate you fixing this. Nice, nice, nice. For Zipper and oh no, non-interactive. Okay, yep, nope, that's right. So we got Chrome, Firefox, Brave, Vivaldi, Chromium, Lynx. What those links? Is that CLI browser? Asking for a friend on that one. Okay. Yeah, Lynx. That's a different one. Anyways, yeah, that's cool. Browser setup for popular browsers. I think that's a really good one. Great PR by Mesh. Or no, that's Guru. Guru made that one. All right, sweet. Let's squash and merge. Done, done, done. Oh, it's a TUI browser. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. It's like, it sounds like a W3M. W3M is probably my favorite. I've used eLinks a bunch, but I don't like its default hotkeys. So, you know. Serious question. How will you maintain this huge distro toolkit? Won't it be too much? I think people underestimate what humans are capable of. And too often do we see a big task and say, that's impossible, or that can't be done. In every iteration of my life, when I've ever set out to do something, even the impossible, things I thought were impossible, if I put my mind to it and I knew it needed to be done because no one else has done it before, it always got done. So while this seems like it's going to be too much, I think it won't be. I think we'll get through it. I think the initial stages of this is going to suck more than anything has sucked ever. But once we get the standardization and those unit tests in, and everybody's like, okay, well, this is failing, this is good, and we're able to kind of power through a lot of these issues, it's going to be fine. It's just that initial, like, getting that massive, like you're rolling this massive boulder up a mountain. It's just that initial momentum that you have to get going. And honestly, we've already got the momentum. It's already going. We're going to get the arm support going, Alex. We're getting it all. You want it, you're getting it. That's what's happening. We'll add risk support as well. Damn right. Risk 5 is the future of open source processors. But I do love just making stuff. We may fail. Like I said, I'm sure we'll fail plenty. But it's okay. It is okay. Worst case, we fail in front of thousands of people. Tens of thousands. Maybe hundreds of thousands based on all my YouTube videos and live streams. But I'm not scared. Are you? All right, let's keep moving. I'll stop. Can we add fish shell setup with favorite plugins pre-built? I hate fish. Sorry. I draw the line at fish. Can't do fish. Competing with... Oh. I thought we just merged Bash installer script browser. Yeah. We already did this. It's cool. We got options. What was the differences here? Choose browser. It doesn't have links. Oh, they added Tor and LibreWolf. But they don't have Chrome or Chromium? Get out. Chrome and Chromium are way more popular than those others. So, yeah. The rest of this is fine. What do we think about the different types of scripts we have? I kind of want to revitalize the script to be more interactive on some of these. Let me show you. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Get full. I still need to try Zen. If you're a big Firefox person, Zen is where it's at, man. Can we have subcategories? So, Christopher, I got to tell you, we actually already have something like that. There is a conditional statement. So if you, let's go Fedora, I think. Z. Oh, nope. My bad. Let's go zlinutil. Where is that? Let's go tabs, system. Should be doing Z for this, but if you look at tab data, right? Look at the preconditions. So let's say you have these data and then you have data preconditions right here. All these, so it waits to see it. Does it have Pacman? And then it'll display the Arch Linux and our data entries underneath it, right? Same with Fedora here. So these are submenus in a submenu of system setup. So if you look in system setup, it only displays Fedora if you're on Fedora, and it only displays Arch if you're on Arch. So it already exists. And I like the condition-based setups because it keeps the TUI very clean. So the terminal UI is just beautiful all the time, and it doesn't bloat up, and it only shows you what is pertinent to you. Goodness. Allergies are killing me today. Don't be overzealous, man. I've been there. Added way too much to my cool kit and it exploded in my face. Fair enough. Fair enough. And it may. And then we'll just cut it down. So a lot of times when I'm building projects out, I expand it really fast. And then like an overgrown tree, it's like that. And then you just kind of come through and then you just trim it. So then you're left with like the good stuff. So sometimes when you're doing these big projects, you grow really quick and then you prune. Bring it back in and cull and refactor it to something good. So just different ways of doing it. So the biggest thing is just getting the initial momentum, and getting in the growth is the hard thing, and then you prune after. Wait until you have to refactor all that. And this is where unit tests and standardization come into play. I wanted to get through the rest of these PRs before I do it, though. So let's keep going. We're almost to all of them. Add a arch again. I thought we already had this. Wasn't this down? Oh, no. Guru did it. This will run differential shell check whenever someone opens a request with an issue file. Ooh. Lincoln. I like it. Except for right here, yeah. Oh. Yeah, Bashism workflow is good as well, but shell check is needed. Let's see what we got. All right, good, good. All right. You gotta watch out when people are doing GitHub tokens. This is good feedback by Adam here. Seraph. I mean, we could change it to fit what we need. I like the idea of shell check, and differential shell check. This is a really good back and forth. But yeah, using like the GitHub token for a shell check, that's stupid because it doesn't need any permissions. Why does it try to grab my GitHub token? These are good things to point out. So neat. I like it. That's cool. But we're not trying to get geotanned either. So probably changes need to be made here. Let's just, since we reviewed it a little bit, let's come on over here. Request changes. We will just say remove write privs. This is a check. And they are not needed. Bloop. Wise Wind Util. I think you have the option of Chrome and Chromium. So you can choose whichever one you want. Again, what I want to do is just, give you options. I don't want to make them for you. And maybe not all the options, but some of the options would be good. A couple PRs that I loved last night. Check out this one by Jeeve. I think this one is just, so awesome. I've been waiting on it. These two bottom ones are Rust based, just functionality. Check this out. So Jeeve added a multi-selection. So then you can select multiple things all at once and then run them. It's pretty legit. I wanted to check this one out and do that. So I thought that was a really cool one. Then we got a refactor of the Rust code by LJ. I think he was just doing some cleanup here. So I don't think this was necessarily like had to be done. But neat. Let's see. The big changes here, we're just kind of like pulling all this into a simple thing. We'll add some spacing and just some basic cleanup, it looks like. And I was going to check this out too. We also have the minimum word heights. Instead of declaring them right here, I'm just doing them as constants, specifying the type, and that looks good. I wonder why he changed it from lowercase to uppercase. Oh, it's a choice. All right. And everything else looks pretty good. Focus tab list. I know I did that. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't think there's currently any kind of conflict here. Let's double check. Yeah, no. So we're good. Those two are the big changes in the Rust side of things. On the multi-select one, I would suggest using a more visible thing like a check emoji since Rust supports UTF-8. Okay. Well, the problem with that, what about if we're in TTY? So that would be an issue. I kind of want to see what that looks like when we're doing TTY with it. So we'll do a checkout and drop to TTY, double check it, see if there's any issues there too. Those are constants. Constants most often should be uppercase. Oh, good to know. Thank you for letting me know. Put that in there. Are you planning on supporting Zipper? Yes. Old OpenSUSE, man. I always liked OpenSUSE. OpenSUSE is like a top 5 distro for me, believe it or not. I mean, it is probably like number 5, but it's still a top 5. Above it, I'd probably put Nix. Then probably like Bazite. I have a sweet spot for Bazite. I just loved it. And then number 2 and number 1 kind of flip-flop back and forth between Debian and Arch. I just love both Debian and Arch, and it just depends on when you talk to me, because this month it could be Arch and next month it could be Debian. It just, I like to roll both. On my laptop, it's Debian every day of the week, or a Debian-based derivative. And then on my main desktop, I just love Arch, messing around and kind of seeing all the bleeding edge stuff. It's just a lot of fun. Oh, have an if TTY, then not icon. Yes, no, that'd probably be the way to go. I think it's already there with the theming. Are you planning on adding the furry browser? Yeah, Drift, we'll add it, because I am using this script after all, and I love my furry browser. Chris, serious question. Steam Deck, Chimera, Bazite support. The whole disable read-only, add password, add Nix. Is that too much of a hassle? Nah, Alex, I think we do want Steam Deck, and I think we put that in system setup, and then just say Steam Deck support or Bazite support. I do want to add some Bazite support, and then also Steam Deck as well. So you don't see every comment in chat, because I combine both YouTube and Twitch together. So I stream on Twitch and YouTube. So we kind of go back and forth. Some people like watching on YouTube. Some people like watching on Twitch. I mean, I think technically I'm in violation of Twitch's TOS, because I combine the chats, because you're not supposed to combine chats on Twitch. But, I was like, man, have you seen what's on Twitch? I mean, really? You're going to get me for combining chats when all the other stuff's going on Twitch? That'd be pretty funny. I mean, if they ever, like, somebody from Twitch reached out and be like, you can't do that, or, I got banned for 3 days for combining chats or something, sure, I'd probably not do it, but come on, it's Twitch. It's like, whatever. All the shenanigans they got going on over there. My stream with its combined chats breaking TOS is probably the least of their concerns. And there's Chatterino. There's other ways around it too. So it wouldn't even be a big deal if they said, no, you can't do that. I'd be like, all right, fine. Somebody's already emailed me and let me know I can't do it, but I don't think they're from Twitch. So I was like, whatever. Here comes the Twitch mods. It wouldn't be the end of the world. Like I said, I'm not worried about it. Add SSH command to the automation. So under utils, SSH. Yeah, I thought we already approved this the other day. Isn't there already an SSH? Yeah, there's already an SSH. It's in system setup. I was like, wait. We're already adding this. Oh, this was what Rux was talking about earlier. The Samba script on the printf. Oh, okay. That's the util. Okay. Well, let's go. What bashisms do we have? Oh, I gotta fix these bashisms. We need to take some time and do that. This isn't you, though. That's all me. Then we have an encrypt decrypt tool with some bashisms, and then we have some of the user account stuff. I'll take care of all this. We'll do that. Let's get through these, and then we're gonna fix all the bashisms. And then we will do the rest. Cool. What's the Chatterino package you're using? Let's see. What? Oh, Paru's broken. All right. Oh. Pari broke. Oh, man, that's funny. All right, well, let's fix it, right? That's so great. Luckily, we have this fancy... this fancy tool that should fix everything for us, right? Cool, we can try it out. This actually might not work. Oh no, I'm using the app image one. If you're going to use app images, though, if you're on any Linux distribution and you want to use app images, I got this from the K-Focus laptop I was using. It is the best tool ever. It's free out there. Everyone can use it, and it's amazing. It's called... shit. What was the name of it? It was Gear Lever. Gear Lever. If you're using app images, use Gear Lever. This is so awesome. Oh. Do I have a... doesn't need a dark mode, though, I gotta say. Not having the dark mode, strike one. But an amazing tool. I absolutely adore Gear Level. Gear Lever. Gear Level. So great, though. Looks similar to App Image Launcher. Way better than App Image Launcher. App Image Launcher is meh. I find Gear Lever to be so much better. I'm a gear lover. Yeah, I'd say so. Anyways, all right. No more derailing. I'm almost through these PRs. We're gonna get through these PRs, and then we're gonna do all the bashisms. Then we're gonna do those commits, and it's gonna be great. Everything's gonna be perfect. And what are you doing? Bottle setup, bro. One thing I'm figuring out about Linux users, and it's driving me crazy. Y'all need to learn the alphabet. A, B, C. Because this is nuts. Like, the Toml data, I fixed this last night. I was like, cool, I'm gonna organize it. We're going to set it by alphabet. Actually, we got to change that to flat pack from setup flat pack. Yeah. What was the rationale of putting bottles next to ZSH prompt? I just want to know. Anyways, thank you for your submission. I do like to roast me some PRs. You should know that if you do contribute. I enjoy that. So, yes. All right. That's good enough. We'll alphabetize all this when we do our refactor. If you do, once I get through these PRs and you're submitting new PRs, I'm going to delete your PR because we're about to change this entire thing and this refactor is going to screw everybody's stuff up. All right, what are we doing? Add grub theme script. What are we doing? Grub theme under system setup. Yep. It's fine, I guess. Apply. Probably should do, let's see, what do we have? Don't see anything else here. Let's see what the script itself is. We got theme install, make directory, blah, blah, blah. I mean, technically, you should be checking to see if grub's even installed. Because there's going to be some people that are like on system D and then they do this. It wouldn't break their system or anything. It just wouldn't do shit because they're on system D boot instead of grub. Anyways, I approve. Yeah, that's fine. Browser setup fails with syntax errors. Yeah, we'll fix it. Let's commit those changes. I'm going to go through and fix all this. There's just so much to refactor in here. I'm not really that worried about the bashisms and all that yet. All right, auto mount script. How are we doing this? All right, that looks good. Select drive, auto mount, FS tab. Why wouldn't you just do gin FS tab here? Am I missing something? Oh, I guess gin FS tab. This is just for adding a drive to auto mount. Yeah, this is more of an additional drive that you would auto mount. So gin FS tab probably wouldn't be. It's going to take place right now, live on stream. I feel like you're saying you're going to change this entire thing pretty often. Lord, you're not wrong. I'll probably say it a lot more too. It's just the nature of the beast, man. Yeah, no. That's part of, I think that's probably the thing most people miss about programming. Whether it's scripting, whatever it might be, right? Don't get too attached to your code. Don't get too attached to the way it works. Because guess what? You're going to look back on this code a year from now and you're going to be like, was I on drugs? Because this looks like a third grader wrote it. It never fails. I look back on my code I wrote 6 months ago and I say that. Just like, geez. Was I drinking during this? Because that does not look great. Anyways, squash and merge. Let's move. Moving on. Fix description and preview hints. Are we adding some? Nice. Oh, okay. So we got generate list shortcuts. All right, Vex shortcuts. All right. We have right, P for preview, D for that. Okay. It must have got wiped out by probably some other one. Oh, okay. You're adding an uppercase P and D on top of the lowercase. Okay, for preview. It should be fine. Let's see what our linter says. If the linter says we got a check mark, I think we're good to go. Resolves 525. 525. Okay. And we have a check. All checks passed. Linting pat check. All right. Let's go ahead and pull these down. We're going to do a test real fast. Just make sure we have... Anytime I change anything with the Rust code, I do a pull, and then I check to make sure we didn't screw something up. So, description. Nice. All right. Q, enter. Q isn't working on description. Q does not quit. Enter does, though. Okay, well... All right. Good enough. Man, that browser and bottles being down here, it's messing with me. Gonna have to fix that, but that's okay. Let's finish the PRs first before I do any kind of changes because I don't want to screw things up. All right, add ARM support. All right, here we go. Tested on hardware and emulated ARM64. Works like a charm. Thanks. Adam, Jeeve, and in all saying yes. We are a go. And we're grabbing this. Looking good. Looking mighty fine. Are we? Oh, we're doing a little GitHub. We're going to track to see how many ARM users we get. I like it, guys. Beautiful job. Beautiful job. I love it. Let's go. Can you check 529 if it can be merged or not? Yeah, let's check 529. Added support risk-based devices. Not yet. Not yet. Yeah. We're one thing at a time, guys. Let's not move too fast. This is cool. What do we got? Requested review 1 minute ago. Lincoln, what do we got? Let's look at the changes. Came down through. We got that. Differential. Check. Yep. Let's just look at the full YAML file, shall we? Looks weird with all those. Okay. So here's what differential shell check is doing. On push or pull request on branches main, anything with a shell script, it will do a lint. So we have a checkout with a fetch depth of 0, so it grabs everything. It then grabs shell check, runs differential shell check, which is this guy right here. Red Hat Plumbers in action. What is that? Let's look at the action. All right. Oh. It's about 2 years old. Last commit was Dependabot 2 weeks ago with a failure. And 2 months ago looks like the last active development. All right. This repository hosts code for running differential shell check in GitHub Actions. Idea is to have something like a differential shell check, which was first introduced with Fedora sys init scripts. Init scripts need some way of verifying incoming pull requests without getting warnings and errors about already merged in years of working code. Therefore, differential shell check was born. This is one of the things I was worried about because, frankly, when you run shell check, it's just going to spit out a ton of errors and warnings, especially on something that's already run. However, we don't necessarily have to run differential shell check if we fix up the code properly and we eliminate all shell check warnings anyways. That's one of the biggest things here. So I like it, but I don't know if it's necessary. We could just use it like something like a regular shell check here. That's a little more of a proven product. Obviously, shell check with 36,000, just using it would be ideal. So I'm gonna leave it right now. We don't have to make a decision today. I think it's a good idea to do differential, at least starting out until we get shell check perfect. But if we get shell check 100% perfect, we're good. We're good. Oh, yeah. We were having an ARM compile, but it was giving an error about glib. So was it fixed? Let's find out. Here we go. We did that. And it looks like we are good to go. So whatever was going on before, y'all fixed it. So nice. So yes, it was fixed. No errors now. I tested. Don't ignore me, Titus. I ignore everybody. I'm going to update the AUR package to support ARM 2. We need a new release for that, though. So there are two options. You do a new release today, and everything is okay, or you don't, and I forget. Well, we're not ready for a new release yet. Getting there, though. Getting there. All right, so we got that. We have another whip in progress. We have thorium. Sure, what do we got here? Mash. I think this, hopefully we're just changing the existing one. All right, there's my furry browser that I love, and Libre Wolf, which is also a big crowd pleaser in the Linux realm. And solid. I like it. And look at that, you even passed the bashisms check. Good job. Alrighty, move security MD to the GitHub folder. Thank you, Drift. Always a good idea. I forget what I even put in security MD. I probably just did something when I was setting up the project, and it's just like, yeah, we got a security policy. Whatever the generic one is. Fix browser setup. Really? What'd you fix? Oh. Well. All right. So had an issue with not escaping the switch case, it looked like. All right, cool. Now, these are Rust-based, meaning there's no shell scripting. So now we can get to work. Now, let's start hacking away at this, shall we? All right. Let's get, do we have shell check? Let's make it go wild. Shell check. All right, well. There's shell check. Oh, it's already installed. Okay. Cool. So now let's run shell check on the project and see what we got. Now, how should we run shell check on all of this and just fix everything in one go? Let's look at like bottle setup. There's got to be something here that is not set up right. Actually, these are looking really good. I think I merged almost everything. There's a couple things, I'm sure. Yeah. You can see this one. Quote this to prevent glob splitting. I don't really want to. I don't know. Let's do echo probably as the first thing to check. Which echo is not necessarily a problem, and there's not really a bashism with it unless there's like an echo-e probably. Sometimes people use that, which could be fixed. The pagers and all things and explode. Yeah, I think that's all over the news. Dang, man. That's wild. I don't really read the news too much, though. Usually I just get my news from chat. Twitch chat informs me on the latest and greatest. I just stay in my dungeon. All right. What else do we have? So this is actually incorrect. I mean, it's bash shell. It's a Linux setup script, so it's not the end of the world. But looking at like the read RS changes would probably, and echo NE. How much do you want to bet if I change all these reads to? It probably would break something, I imagine. I'm kind of curious. All right, so here we go. We could just do we trust the LLM enough to remove all the bashisms? Oh, before we do this, actually, I did want to git pull, git status. What do we have? Common script changes. Oh yeah, lazy G, fix line breaks in common script. So it'll actually display properly in the preview window. That's good. The other thing I wanted to do, I had a Diablo 2 DTR script and I was changing all the bashisms out of it. And I wanted to show something to you guys to see your feedback on this one. So we did a POSIX update. I was working on this a little bit last night. And let's do a cargo run. And let's go over to gaming. And for the loot filter, let's see what this does. It does work. Okay. So we'll do that. Okay, I did it right. Okay, I kind of expected that to like error out or something. But alas, does not look like it did. Huh. Did that actually work? I usually don't anticipate a lot of my stuff working on the first time. I'm skeptical that it worked. I think it's program files. Where? There it is. Okay. When was this changed? 9.2. Okay. Now, loot filter, this should have been like updated recently. 9. Okay, yep. And no changes. Yeah, okay, so modified 1237 at 15. So it did actually unzip and change things. Cool. So that's good. So this POSIX update, I think it's actually okay. Dathis, thanks for the resub on the Prime, man. Yeah, this is going to be awesome. Once we finish this, man, it's going to be... Well, I don't think we're... I don't think we're ever going to really finish, but... Well, I mean, it's kind of wild just to see how fast this moves, right? It's been quick. Has it not? All right. Why did I close my cursor? Gotta have my LLMs. My precious LLMs. Let's go preview the pull request. So we got D2R filter. What is the bin? What is that? I got E-EU. Was that a mistype by me? Did I fat finger something? All right, let's pull this in really fast because I'm kind of curious. Let's go to gaming, D2 filters. Now, where are you? Okay. Dash E, exit immediately if the command exits with a non-zero status. Dash U, treat unset variables as an error when substituting. Now, why would you do that? That seems silly. Okay. Well, thank you. Oh, yeah, I thought that was a fat finger. I was like, what is the U option? We just want an sh-e. Okay, great. Have you seen the code train meme? If it works, it works. Yeah, dash EU shouldn't be necessary. I agree. Anywho, I like this script. Looks solid. We are now POSIX compliant. Any other things? Quote expansions in the case literally rather than as a glob. If you quote this out, I'm not sure if that'll work or not. Some of the POSIX compatibility is weird. Where bash just makes it's much easier to read, but again, at the end of the day, we want it to be as compatible as possible. So I think we're good. I think we will let that go. All right, cool. Let's commit that. We're gonna just update, push, and then we're gonna preview our pull request. Make sure we're not doing anything cray-cray. Oh, I kind of liked this. I wonder why it switched out that. I still have the common script. Yeah, I liked the color coding on the old script better. But anyhow, this does work and it is now POSIX compliant. I think I was just looking through just to see some of the changes, like a read-rsn1. I can't do that in just sh. You can in bash. And then we switched out these because they do not work like this. Is a bash only. And I think that's pretty good. Let's create that pull request, shall we? Alrighty. This is gonna be bug fix. And we're gonna just go bug. So for the label, impact, update D2R script for sh and POSIX compatibility. Don't see any update there. Additional information, nothing to say other than that. Testing, tested install, and worked. I wonder, impact's minimal. All right, code, bam. Self-review, commented, no documentation changes, and there's no warnings. Well, technically there's a warning, but I don't think we should be good. Some of the non-bash scripts work in Arch, but break in Debian. So try running linutil using DistroBox Debian. Okay, we can give that a whirl. So we got our pull request here. This is just a POSIX update. All right, we got all that. Let's check to see what bashisms, if we get any errors here. I'm kind of curious. We should get a green checkbox from this refactor. The scrollable menu on D2R filters won't work in POSIX shells. It will only work in bash. And I'll have to change the selection between 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, so if you look at my refactor, I took that into account, and it should still work with a scrollable menu. Now, we can actually take a peek here and see what we can do on the scrollable menu, and if we want to adopt that for other shell scripts in the linutil, because you don't have to just choose by number. Now, is it worth all the hassle to have just like an up and down, or do people just like typing the number in and then just going to that? To me, it doesn't matter either way. I just wanted to be fancy with my D2R script and just do it different. Because one, it was minimal selections. You should really only have one or maybe two if you have multiple installs of the same game in this regard. So to me, I wanted just a selection instead of a 1 or 2. But if it's like 5 or 6 as far as options go, I think having a selector is more annoying because you're like down, 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 enter. Yeah, I want that one. Where if it was just a number, you just press 5, enter. So the key presses matter to me. So in my eyes, if you have more than probably three or more, probably the key presses would be more by having a selector arrow. Where if it's where you would just normally do just the number and then the enter key. So I think of it from a key perspective, and that's how I optimize usually my scripts. I want to enter in the less amount of keys as possible to be as efficient as possible. Anyways, squash and merge, let's go. We can delete that branch. Oh man, Razzo, you are late. You are so late. Oh my gosh, we've been streaming for almost 2 hours, man. All right, now we've got that. Now let's go through and check for some pull down our changes. All right, so now we're back on the master branch. Let's look for space colon escalation tool. Now I want to do tool. What we're going to do here, we're going to replace it with a space, quote, escalation tool, quote. Replace all. Yeah, we want to replace 126 occurrences. Sounds good to me. Bam. Sure, that's not going to break anything. All right, next, let's look for Packer. So, Packer. Pack. Let's remove that, actually. Package. Packer. Okay. Packager. And quote. We got all that. Now, if we quote out the case, I don't think that matters. Is that going to matter in a switch case? I don't think it will. All right, glob that together. Bam, done. Well, Jeff, love you too, man. Thanks. The Master Yapper. Don't let people know. It's my incognito name. There's an issue with WinUtil. System restore point in the tweak section taking way too much. I got that as well, but after canceling, changing the correct time zone, it went fast. Oh, okay. I'll have to take a look at that. Oh, should we remove the brackets? Yeah, we shouldn't need the brackets. So just packer like that. Packager. So packager. We're going to replace all the brackets. We're going to add it. We're going to quote it. And then just toss it in here like that. Just beautiful, right? So we'll replace the 17 occurrences. Bam. Done. Let's see. Do we have just plain packager, you think? Oh, we do. But, wait a second. Okay. Let's replace all those. So we're going to replace 18 occurrences. Bam. Done. All right. Oh, don't remove the brackets. Why not? Why do I need the brackets? Explain to me, Snow. What am I doing wrong? The Master Yapper wants to know. Yeah, I think Dathis, we had a whole bunch of outstanding PRs. So when we had all these outstanding PRs, we accepted a PR that fixed it. But then as I went through and accepted more PRs, it broke it again. So that's why I was like, all right, we're clearing out these PRs, and then we're doing these giant bulk replaces and formatting changes, and we should be good. Did I double the quotes? Oh, shoot. I don't think so, because there's a space right here. So that'll eliminate the quotes. Yeah, well, let's check. Let's check. Here's browser setup, right? So this is the new layout. You see how it changed? Much better. Here's this one. You can see just a single quote. Aha! I didn't break it. I don't think I broke it. Let's look at system setup. What do we have over here? System update. Probably some changes. So you can see we got system update quite a bit. Let's do a system update real fast. Let's launch after doing these bulk changes, right? Quite a bit. If you look at our status, quite a bit changed with those bulk changes, but we're just trying to standardize things, right? So let's come down to system setup, full system update. Do we get any love? Oh, I love this new message. Someone did in a PR. Generating a new list of mirrors using rate mirrors. This process will take a few seconds. That's solid. But anyways, yes, it does look like it did work. So this is a big formatting change. We added a bunch of quotes around that. How do we run shell check on the whole project? Search escalation tool for confirmation. All right, Ace. We can give it a once over, shall we? Success. Oh, it's beautiful. Gosh, we're so good. We're just so good. Oh my. Just to put your mind at ease. Right? Nothing. Big zero. Big brain. Yeah. No. So you just couldn't see it on the stream. I added a space before the $sign escalation, so then that space would been required, and then on the replacement, I added a space and then the quote and then the rest. So a little bit harder to see when looking at it through a stream with compression. So now we have that. How do we check for bashisms on the whole project? Easy thing. I want to kind of do this locally though. Let's just steal what our actions did, right? Where are you at? Check for bashisms. Give me that YAML. The YAML-y goodness. Alrighty. So, dev scripts is what we need. All right. Yes. Dev scripts. Is it called something different in Arch? Oh, interesting. Oh, well. Bookmark Debian. Error, configuring storage. Kernel does not support overlay. Overlay is not supported over ext4. Backing file system is unsupported on this graph driver. Create it now. Out of image. What? Okay, whatever. What? I broke it. I broke it! I did do a massive system update. Who? Was it? Do you know my distro box is more than that? Yeah, something's up there. I think it's part of, I think this was part of my update. I think I need to reboot. Oh, okay. Check bashisms. Okay. Check bashisms. Oops. Check bash-isms. Oh, cool. All right, nice. So then check. Oh, no. Is it just check, maybe? Check command? Check self-test? Space? No? No, is that not it? You sure? Check MK. No space? Space? Hey, there's not many streams where the streamer trolls chat, but you just found one. Just keeping you on your toes. Just seeing if you're paying attention. That's all. All right. Oh, goodness. All right. So we do check bashisms. Let's, oh, maybe TLDR tells me. Oh, no documentation. Bummer. All right. It's a clown show here. It's cool though. All right. What's I think it probably actually shows on the check bashisms. Oh, I don't want to do a differential though. You set it up for differential now. I want to just do all sh scripts in probably the tabs directory. So let's go to tabs. Let's go man check bashisms. Can we do a recursive bashism check, or do we have to do each one? Okay, we do a loop. We could probably do like a grep or something and pipe it in, I imagine. Let's just ask. Let's ask old Jippity, right? Oh no, so we'll ask Sonnet. Sonnet's smarter than Jippity. I'm on Arch using check bashisms. I want to check all of the shell scripts in tabs directory. Oh, find dot dash name star dash sh. Okay. Oh, cool. I mean, it's pretty close. Pretty close to what you recommended there, Jeeve. I like it. So if we look, this is what it recommended. Not quite right, but it's close. We're just going to combine both y'all's to make the best of all worlds. So find dot, and then you say type file. Sure. Name.sh. Honestly, don't need the type. We can simplify this. So find dot dash name star.sh, execute check bashisms with brackets and a plus. I never seen the execute command gone with it. Let's see if the LLM screwed it up or not. And all right, not bad. It worked. My master LLMs. Hey, only 2. Dude, look at that. Hell yeah. There we go. We all learned something new today. Yes, the LLM gave us the wrong command, but it gave us a close enough command to where if we used our brain in combination with it, it worked. I didn't even I've never used the execute option in the find command. I've always piped it like Jeeve recommended. Oh. Yeah, they also did like type, but if you're limiting it down to an asterisk.sh, obviously you don't need type file because no directory should have a dot and then an extension. Well, yeah, no, I don't think you can even do that. So let's go to user account manager, add to group, line 21. Let's fix that one. Oh, look, we're already there. Was it add user? Add to group, line 21. Okay. So add to group, line 21. Oh, yeah, look at that. So let's fix that guy, right? Alrighty. Beautiful. Done. Fixed. Next. And then we're going to go to remove from group, line 16. So remove from group, line 16. Let's fix you up, shall we? Then we just come up to 1. All right. Beautiful. Right? So we'll save this out. Then let's do our check bashisms. Should be perfect. And then our refactor is finished. And we no longer have any bashisms in the entire project. Prime's chat is dumb, not yours. Well, in Prime's defense, he's much smarter and way way better programmer than me. However, I think I could beat Prime in pull-ups. I think I could smoke him pretty good on there. All right, cool. We're good. Fix final bashisms is what we're going to call this. So this is kind of why I wanted to do it this way, just from a maintainer's perspective, just so I don't accept a whole bunch of different PRs. It's really easy to do like a bulk find and replace from a maintainer and fix like a formatting error that was made everywhere on a whole bunch of different scripts. This has just been a nightmare to approach from a contributor's perspective. So this fixes all bash isms. Commit it directly. Feel like we should probably do this as a PR just so we have a backup. Yeah, let's do that. Let's call this fix bashisms. All right. Oh, shoot. Did I hit commit on that? I don't think I did. Dang it. Ah, bagoob. You see nothing. All right. That's fixed. We're good to go. That was great. Yep. Perfect. Okie dokie. Oh, he had a project called Chat is Dumb. Just wanted to use it as a reference. Okay, that makes more sense, Raz. No, I am dumb. Chat has been the savior of all my projects. The contributors in chat. It makes all my projects the best in the world. Together, we fix it all. Where was that ace? I was looking for it earlier and I didn't find it anywhere. So I was like, where the hell was that? I was going, okay. So if we look for it, like that doesn't come up with anything. And if I try to just match case and not do it like a regex, because I'm afraid it might do it. But maybe we do a regex and then we do like an escape. 2 escape characters. Still doesn't pull anything though. So it's like, do I need to escape the escape and the dash? So maybe it needs to be like 3 escapes and then a dash. But no, I don't think the dash is an escapable character. I think it should just show up. So anyways, yeah. Fun regex problems. It's fixed, yeah. So somebody else caught it. I grabbed it in a PR last night. I probably was just sleeping. I was like, oh, cool, they fixed that. Has anyone ever told you that you laugh like Elon Musk? Oh, shit. Man, why you ever be so mean to me? What did I ever do to you? God. Oh. I would honestly, I'd rather you call me fat or something. Saying I laugh like Elon Musk. God. It hurt my feelings. Oh, why you gotta be so mean to me, man? Oh. No, he's not getting banned for that. He's fine. Oh. Easiest way to fix var equals full. Oh, we do need to do those PRs for Rust, though. That's one thing I really, really wanted to check out and do from a pull request standpoint. So we have these. Ooh, sorted entries. All right. Okay, fixing that with the browser setup. Fixing the Flatpak setup. Yep. I'm doing God's work here, Angel. All right. Much better. Much better. Cool. Done and merged. So before we start, we got everything. We pretty much have everything. This is just, okay, so these are drafts. This shell checks a differential that's only just the YAML file for GitHub Actions. And then we have our Rust ones that I really want. This is a multi-selection from Jeev. This one's LJ, or Liam. He does a bunch of a Rust code. Honestly, LJ's done a ton of commits on our Rust. Probably responsible for probably half of the Rust code base at this point. So let's go back and where do start? I feel like we why is that got an X? What's check for bashes. I'm okay, whatever. The Rust lint is the big thing. All right, let's first check out and do that. You do have an amazing community, Chris. Yes, we do. I absolutely adore my community. I love it to death. Yeah, it was just the old CI because this was an older commit, Adam. Future PRs should be all set. We're looking so good right now. Oh my gosh, we could quit right now, but why quit when you're ahead when you can keep going? All right, let's go. Oh, no. Get out of here. Get up desktop. Come on. All right, let's pull this guy down. And what we're going to do, let's see. I did want to... Dang. Is there an easy way to clear out some of my old branches? Like these old PRs? Huh. Anywho, I'm not going to mess with it. Let's just come down. We're going to go into pull requests. And we're going to grab the multi-selection first. Well, the GitHub CLI, so I think those are like cached or something. So if you look at the actual project itself in our branches, we're pretty good. We don't have anything except just our documentations branch and then the main branch. So we don't have like excessive branches here. But if you look at the GitHub desktop, you can see all the different branches over here that I've like checked out in the past, which is kind of extensive. But here we go. So here is the new multi-selection. Are we ready to go? Are we ready? Let's do it. The new feature made by Jeev. So normally we would go here and then be like, hey, we can preview and do all that description, got all that right. But now let's say we wanted to install bash prompt and Rofi at the same time. So we hit V for multi-select mode, space, down, down, space. Then we're done. So then we hit enter. It installs bash, and then it installs Rofi, and we're done. Damn, that's cool. That is one cool PR. I gotta say. That's huge. That's a huge enhancement. Good job, Jeev. Love it to death. Alrighty. We're ready. I guess let's prove the code changes. We already looked over the code base earlier. I think we can just go next. Nah, I think we're fine. Just thinking, does the tab works quite the same way, or is this going to wipe out the tabs? I wonder. It's before. No, it keeps the functionality. Okay, cool. Yeah, no. Because we changed the functionality of tab in this release too. So another change that happened I can't remember who did the PR for it, but before when we did tab, it would select between the panes back and forth, left to right. And honestly, tab really shouldn't do that. It makes sense to assign tab instead to go to the next tab. Hence tab. Tab should be for the tabs on the left, not to switch between where you're going. So that's kind of where I was. I love this. Oh, that was you again? Okay, Jeeve did that as well. That was a good change, Jeeve. Because I loved that. I was like, yes. The tab back and forth made no sense. And when you changed that, I immediately, like, I tried it out last night, I think it was. And I was like, oh, this is way better. So let's squash and merge. And then we go on to Liam's, LJ's PR. So we got that. We're refactoring various components of Rust, 490. We do have some conflicts here. Let's see if we can't patch these out. That's the multi-select. So obviously we want the multi-select. I don't think this is actually going to be problematic. Unless he changed something a little bit more there. I don't think so, though. Looking. Block, default, block, default, borders. I think that's fine. We're going to drop his changes to this code, try and do the multi-select. Yeah, might work. Was there any other conflicts? No, it's just that one. He separated the style, so I think that's fine. Did you take a peek at this PR at all, Jeeve? Oh yeah, you did. Merging 338 will create a conflict. Okay. Yep. Let's let it lint. And then I'm going to pull it in and we're going to run it. Well, yeah, should be fine. Let's see if it gives us a checkbox on the format and lint that happens. And if it doesn't, we'll check it out and probably do a cargo run just to make sure. I think it probably would error out because I don't think it grabbed or merged your changes. Oh no, it says it worked. Interesting. 490. All right, let's check out 490. Let's just go pull requests. 490. All right. So now we're on 490. Let's do a cargo run. Oh, wow. No kidding. What happens when we do that? Ooh. Wow. Bottles. Line 14 of bottles setup not working. Install bottles 2. Command not found. Problem with that. Let's merge this and then we'll fix the bottles. This is good enough. All right. Files changed. Approve. Oh, the 2 is a typo. Okay, I'll fix it. Done and done. So let's come back to get switched main. Get pull. Let's grab them changes. And bottle setup. Ah. Typo. Okay, cool. Cargo run. Let's check that bottle setup now. Oh, that's beautiful. Cool. So we got that. Let's fix typo. Let's push that out. Oh no, chat, I don't think it's dead. Yeah, it's so good. So good. So we got all this done. We got all these PRs done. Issues really coming down, which is great. This should be fixed. Fixed in PR. Oh, shoot. What was that PR? 531. So that's good. There's probably some other outstanding issues we've already done. I think we already fixed this. I guess we could try it in Debian. I'll leave it open for now. Whenever I'm on my laptop, I'll give it a whirl. Yeah, just a bunch of lurkers in chat. Chris, nope, it didn't install. Okay. DWM didn't install on Debian. Well then. We'll just have to fix that. What's Debian on now? How hard is it to download Debian these days? I wonder if they fixed it so it's not so convoluted. They still have it like... Whoever designed the Debian website is like a crackhead. Like, this guy has absolutely zero skills of like understanding what a download page should look like. It's like they tried to fix it. I mean, it's so bad. I honestly have a theory. I have a thought of the Debian team here. I don't think the Debian people want you to use Debian. I think they want you to like use a derivative or something else. I swear. It is just wildly bad. I cannot believe how terrible this is. Let's put dark mode on so I don't kill myself or you. Yeah. I like, what do you click on here? It's hilarious that it's still this. I mean, this is just complete ass. Like, I don't have anything else to say. Like, just start over. If a hacker ever hacked into Debian.org and deleted the website, he'd be doing you a favor. Like, it's awful. Just go into Jippity and be like, hey, write me an basic HTML website with a download page. It would be better than this. It's true. It's true, though. It's so terrible. Okay, well let's see if we can't read and make sense. Maybe we can read the tea leaves. Maybe do some voodoo magic here and find the proper ISO to download. Okay, let's go download mirrors, I guess now. No, let's not go there. Let's go complete install image, maybe? No, maybe a small installation image. Do we want a net ISO? Let's try that, maybe. How big is it going to give me? All right, well, at least they got rid of the firmware, no firmware thing. A little bit better. But, yeah. But you got 64-bit AMD PC, 64-bit Intel and AMD. Intel. What's the difference between these two, I wonder? Oh, this is a torrent. Okay, so these are torrents. This is the actual ISO. or the larger image, you go here or the torrent. So here's torrents, here's the ISOs. Okay. Well, I mean, it's better. It is better than it was. Still sucks, but it's better. 64-bit net ISO. It's right there. Yeah. This should be like in big, giant, bold letters. Just saying. All right. Anyways. All right. Now that I'm done ranting about how crappy Debian's website is, let's go. Let's install us some Debian and try out the old utility in a pure Debian environment. All right. Is Debian here? Did they name their ISO something weird? Oh no, it's just Debian. Cool. Debian 12 forward. Yeah, whatever. Well, let's just give it 20 gigs of RAM. Sure. Let's go 50. Forward. Debian 12. Custom. Let's go bridge mode. Finish. Let's change that CPU topology, shall we? Let's go 6. Threads 2. Apply. Begin. And away we go. Oh God, I forgot about the Debian curse. Oh no. Oh no. I forgot to tell. For those that haven't been following me for very long, I have never installed Debian using the graphic installer and had it work. I know everyone else has a problem with, but doesn't have a problem with it. But for some odd reason, I always do. So let's see if Debian installer actually works. If it doesn't, well, it just par for the course. So, all right, Debian test will be the host name, domain name blank, root password, no root password. Full name of user, Titus. New user count, Titus. Super secure password. We're going to go Central Time. And we will go. Maybe this is the day. Maybe this is the day that it just works. We're just going to use guided. Continue. Bam. Yeah, all in one. Great. Yep. Perfect. Yeah, let's write those changes. All right. And away we are. Away we go. So while that is installed, I think Adam popped into chat and said, hey, there's still something. There's outstanding issue. Some Rust code formatting stuff. Collapse some if statements so Clippy stays calm. We want a calm Clippy. No one likes an upset Clippy. All right, what do we have? If else. Oh, it was like a nested if statement. Yeah, that's weird. I wonder why that was nested. Huh. Yeah. Is there... Yeah. Strange. Okay, yeah. That looks fine to me. It's just strange that made it in there. I'm not going to check it. I think that looks pretty good. I checked it with my eyeballs. So I think we're good. We're going to test this, and if we can get this perfect, I think we'll be good. Do you wish to scan more media? No. Let's go. You know what? Let's go lease web, actually. A little bit faster proxy. Lease web's usually the best because there's a Dallas lease web like maybe 10 miles from me. So usually when I pick lease web, I can get max out my internet connection. Ever tried BSD jails? Ugh, gross. I have. I hate BSD jails. I think they are like a drug user's Docker. Crackhead Docker. I don't know what to say about jails other than I really hate them. And yeah. I was trying them on like TrueNAS, I think it was, and I was not a fan. All right. Popularity contest. Yeah, no. What desktop environment do we want to use? Nothing. Standard system utilities? Sure. We'll leave that. Did you switch up your lights or something today? I did. I think I'm a little bit too bright. But, here. I'll go. There we go. Now I just have a nice little outline. Oh, actually, I kind of like this better. Dark mode, Chris, is what I'll call it. I am working on something new, though. Gosh, what was it? It was, oh, I bought it today. Blackmagic, Dynamat? No, Dynamat's what you put in a card to make sure it doesn't have any reverb. Digimat? Something mat. Whatever. It gives you better green screen. So I'm going to do that instead of the OBS jank green screen I got going on now. Dark mode, Chris, looks way better. Oh, sweet. Well, I like this. It's a lot less. I had this giant spotlight that was beaming me in the eyes. I kind of like this better, too. So we'll just rock with this. Yeah, it makes me look tan. Although I have, like, I can, like, block myself. Although, there's, like, weird dark spots. Although, my green screen, pretty spot on for OBS, I gotta say. All right. What do we do after an install? We do an update. Because that's what responsible adults do after installing Linux. We update and upgrade. Really important. You know. So, whenever I do a bridged, watch this. Whenever I do a bridge, there's a little bit of a delay. And then it works just fine. I don't know why. So, nice. No packages. We're good. Is it set font? Ah, okay, cool. Let's go. Let me fix the font for everybody. Ooh, you know what? Can we scale this bad boy? Let's go scale. Always. Then... been in, Xfont's Terminus? Console setup. Oh, that's right. Debian has console setup. I like console setup. What is the command for console setup? Fonts Terminus. Okay, that's the package I've been looking for. The absolute necessities is what I need. Pseudo console setup. Well, it says console setup not found. It's already installed. Huh. Oh, thank you. There it is. I couldn't remember. Bam. All right, nice. Big mode. I still like kind of Arch's default Terminus install with the set font. Seems a little better for me. But I mean, I guess this is more intuitive for like a new user, maybe. I don't know. All right. So we got a brand new Debian install. It is time to test the old utility. Let's go big. Big screen. Curl not found. Does Debian not install curl by default? Crazy. That's cray cray. All right. Sweet. Helps if you pipe it in SH. Okay, so we have this. Let's go theming. Ooh, it looks cool. Bash prompt. Unsupported package manager apt-get. What the? Huh. What's up with that? Okay, well, that worked. Kitty works. What's up with bash prompt and Debian? Wait. All right, take it easy, Raz. Thanks for dropping by, man. Ah, that was weird. All right, let's try it again. Yeah. What happened there? Weird. Let's try NeoVim. Same thing with NeoVim. Rofi? Rofi works. So Rofi, so strange. So Rofi and Kitty work, but the ones don't. What about Alacrity? Alacrity works. All right, let's set up DWM. That works. Oh, we'll have to take a look at it. I think Adam said he already found it and he's fixing it. So we'll see what the PR looks like from Adam. Try this out. So this should install all of my customizations for Bash, Alacrity, DWM, pretty much replicate my whole system within, I don't know, a couple minutes or so. We could do the, oh, this is using the old version, but once we tackle and kind of go through a couple of these setups, I think we'll be able to launch this version, which will be a huge update because we've fixed bashisms, we've fixed a lot of compatibility issues. I think we're almost ready to do a global shell check. I'm still unsure on the shell check, how we want to implement it, but we do want to implement that soon because I want people knowing when they do bad code or send stuff that has shell check errors where like they don't quote variables and things of that nature. That definitely needs to happen. All right, why this updates? Let's take a peek at the PR from Adam. So we got that. Apt-get. No, that's wrong. So apt-get commit. Could not be edited. Huh. Yeah, okay. I had a similar issue with Yay. It's not installed, but reports are being installed. Interesting. So let's see that. All right, so now we got apt-get nala. That's fine. Escalation and packager, apt-get nala. And then that looks good. All right. Approve, submit, and squash and merge. Let's come back into here. Oh, dude, we're still installing. Okay. Oh. Cool. What are the PRs we got? Why that's installing? Use separate style and title variables. Let title. Oh, what's the purpose of this, I wonder? Separate style and title variables. Fixes the warning that pops up in terminal. Okay. So we got let title. Equals format dot 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 dot, and then it probably spets it right here for the title. Ah, I see. So you just took all this instead of putting it like that. You now are just assigning it a value up here. Cool. I like it. Squash and merge that guy. And it's easier to read too, yeah. What was the other formatting? Refactor, remove unused variable. Let style equals. I thought there was a reason why we did the let style. Couldn't. Wasn't there? Oh yeah, Coding Wonders is awesome. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't remember. I do remember some kind of style thing. I thought there was a reason for it, but I could be wrong. Let's pull down really fast. Let's do a run before we grab that PR. All right, that looks better. All right. Utilities a little bit. I gotta change that. I had bugging me. Folders being down here. They should be up here. Again, alphabets all over the damn place, but that's okay. We're getting it. Let's grab it. Successful check. Grab, pull that down. Squash and merge. Done. Get pull, cargo run. Not found in scope, so it is used. That's what I thought. Ooh, nope. Where was Adams? Ah, there it is. Revert. Yeah, no worries, man. I mean, that's the beauty of GitHub, right? Like you can see, we just click revert, bam, adds it back. That's why it's really important to separate out like PRs when you're doing something like this. That's why I always like, okay, it ran before this PR, especially when I'm doing something in Rust, something I'm not that familiar with. And then I can be like, oh, yeah, now we know exactly what did it. But if I did like a whole bunch of PRs and all of a sudden it started erroring, I'm like, oh crap, what did I do? Should be able to read it, but yeah. All right, let's go squash and merge. And we'll just delete that branch. Done. Get pull. And we're back in business. So much better, clean run. Everything looks good. I like it. Oh, okay. Problems with our... Oops. Should have probably authenticated as a super... I thought I did. Oh, I timed out. Oopsies. Wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's why I'm like blown away when I hear like developers not using Git. Honestly, I'm kind of blown away that some developers don't unit test. I think you'd have to smoke crack not to do like basic unit testing. Because I mean, it just shows you when there's syntax errors. So when like you have a whole bunch of, I mean, maybe if it's just like a private project, it's not that big a deal. Even then though, I still want to know. I want to know if I missed something, or let's say I was like, oh, I'll just do a quick fix. And then I just know with a big green checkbox or a red, hey, this failed to build. I think that's important. So like having like basic unit tests on every project, I think is pretty much mandatory. Yeah, red error, bad. No good. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, so let's switch to super user. Try it again. Let's go super user and fizzle. Let's just curl it. Let's go Linux dev. Oops. We'll pipe that into SH, please. But Titus, it's a security flaw. I know. Get off my nuts. It's fine. All right. Yes. Unzip not found. Ah, so unzip needs to be added to DWM Titus. Oops. Let's just knock that out real fast. Let's try it again. Actually, just do that. DWM Titus. I think we got it. Well, since we're running as root, I don't think we should do auto logging quite like that. All right, so now we should have mess low. Oh, oops. We're running into a problem here because we're super users. So don't run this as super user and do what I just did. Not cool. Oops. Oh, my bad. 1 second. Quick fix. All right, now we should be good. Yes. All right, now it's fine. I just had a timeout. All right, we're good now. Maybe Chris is the one smoking crack. Shh. Supposed to keep that under wraps. Okay. All right, let's reboot. Let's see what we get here. Hey, look at that. Beautiful. Dude. Ooh. I am liking it. All right, let's get the furry browser in here, right? Let's do it. Okay, directory error. So we need to do a make -p so we get the entire full path. Very important. Okay. Thorium browser installed successfully. Give me Thorium browser. Woo! Oh, perfect. Wow. Like it. Got that. Oof. Oops. Oh, was it? I thought it was controlled. Oh. Huh. I forgot what the upscale is of that. Anyways, that does work. Let's see. Let's go super control Q. Oh, nope. Note to self, I need to fix my shutdown menu. That's my bad though. Cool. All right, neat. Work through some of those. I just wanted to do a bit of a test there. Pretty much got that worked out. Any other big things pop in here? Oh, there we go. Add unzip installation to that. Oh, it's a good one. Let's approve that. Submit. Squash and merge. I'm sure it's fine. So we got all that. This is looking good. Let's do a release. We are looking so bloody good. Now let's come back over to our releases, start looking at our release notes. Let's delete. Oh, crud. I forgot to do labeling, guys. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. That's okay. This is super easy to fix. So, all right. Bug fix, bug fix, bug fix, bug fix. More bug fixes. And pretty much all this is bug fix except for security. That's documentation. So those are all bug fixes. We're just going to clean this up a little bit. Documentation. Any other documentation in here? I don't think there was. We'll put that under documentation real fast. And then we'll get a shell check added into here too. Add LibreWolf to that, to the browser script. That's going to be an enhancement. All right. Then redundant. Flatpak description, fixed bashisms, fixed quote, and added scripts. All right, so these are bugs. It's not actually that bad. GitHub has actually a pretty good interface for this. So if you do screw up and forget about the stuff, it's actually kind of easy to fix. Let's go. Enhancements. Yeah, we'll do stable release. I mean, this is so early. I think a lot of people get kind of caught up in the weeds sometimes when you're first launching a project and it's just getting off the ground. Really, don't worry about being perfect, because I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to change so much stuff that it's just, you know, it's not going to be quite the same. Man, I closed a ton of stuff. All right. I think we're good. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Do we have a new PR? Ah, there we go. Ange making it in right before the end here. Fixing this. Perfect. Just changing and re-alphabetizing. Let's get that in. All right, cool. And that should auto run and relaunch the release. Oh, crap. Did I? Nope. Ah, come on. Hopefully I get it before it creates the... Okay. Maybe I got it before it created the notes. Hopefully I get it on the release notes so we don't have a bunch of release notes with, and stuff. Do you know why programmers prefer dark mode? It's because light attracts bugs. That's a good one. Fixing the resolution will fix the the shutdown menu. Okay. Oh man, you know, I've never even, I don't mind light mode. I know that's blasphemy, but I'm like, it's usually not too bad. How we doing on our build? Let that guy run, and hopefully this will do this, and we can do a stable release. Oh, I always use Stream Beats, Chronos. By Harris Heller. All copyright free, and you can just kind of toss it anywhere. Should we add multi-selectable equals false in the system setup toml? Ooh, Jeeve. Probably should. Multi-selectable, yeah, because if you do the system setup and you do multi-selection, that could be problematic, to say the least. Music playlist sounds like elevators across the world. Sweet, that's exactly the vibe I was going for. All right, so we have that. That looks good. We've got the build. So if we go summary, actions, I don't think we have anything else. We look at our release. Hopefully we have proper classification. Nice. Nice, 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 nice. Get rid of the draft. Here's our pre-release. Oh, that's just sexy right there. Look at that. So you got all these. You got your bug fixes. Remove bashism, remove bashism, remove bashism. I probably should consolidate some of these release notes. As when we started, we talked about the the PR's gone wild. That's why you want to squash or not make a ton of PRs, because it does bloat up, like completely bloats up the entirety of the release notes. So it looks a little silly when you have a whole bunch of these. So this actually is okay by Guru, because there might be a script in here, like an auto mount script. I might like say I enjoy that, but then I'm like, oh, you know what? I didn't like the grub theme script. I could deny it. So that's an example of separating the PRs that would be good, where you wouldn't want to include all of them in one. But like I said, use your judgment. There's you like I said, if in doubt, separate. I think it's easier to combine than it is to separate. Oh yeah, POSIX neutral. Well, hopefully after we do this once, Coding Wonders, it'll just stay all POSIX compliant. The idea is we have the unit test for bashisms, which is good. We're going to add a unit test specifically over shell check. Hell, let's just do a shell check real fast. I think we have time. Gotta be quick though. Gotta be quick. Yeah, let's see what shell check gives us. Yeah. Cursor. Get pull, just, oh. Ah, come on, man. Just grabbing those quick PRs we had. And then, oh no, not actually a search. We're trying to, Let's just go workflows, new file, shell check.yaml. All right. Write me a shell check GitHub action for unit testing. Alrighty, LLM magic time. Here we go. Yeah, that's what's this? That's weird. Yes, not quite right, but whatever. Action shell check 289. It's kind of an odd one. I guess shell check doesn't have. Huh. Do not very many people do unit testing with bash scripts? Apparently not. Apparently it's just not something you do that much. Let's look at it on here. We'll accept it. It's not a very good make. Limit runs to poll request and only when sh files are changed in the .tabs folder. Shoop. All right, great. Now scan directory. Fix scan directory. Yeah, okay. I don't think that's right. I think that's just should just be tabs. Trying to think of anything else here. What's the upside to cursor versus VS Code extension? The VS Code extension is just not very robust right now, and it highly leverages GitHub Copilot, which kind of sucks. Where this one, I can pick Sonnet, I can pick Jippity, I can go do Olama, which is a local one. I can do a lot of things like that. And I do like, Cursor just done a very good job of integrating LLMs into it to where I can just do very specific requests quickly and then be like, all right, cool. Good enough. So this looks pretty good. Let's give it a whirl, see what we get. I do want to do like local GitHub actions and set up like my own instance so I can check these things a lot better. Yeah, you can use the free version. It's just slow, and I think it uses like 3.5 instead of like 4.0. I don't know if you get... you might get Sonnet. I don't know. Bash check workflow is running on TOML files as well. Oh, okay. Might need to double check that as well. All right. So this looks like a decent iteration of shell check for at least a first go. Let's see how close we are getting to the shell check. Here we go. Come on. Improving the CI/CD workflow. A Hyperland stream? Yes, absolutely, Kronos. I was actually going to do one this week. I just saw like the PRs on Linutil are just kind of like crazy. So I was like, ah, crap. All right, let me fix that real fast. Let's go actions. So we have shell check. Oh, one change. I'm like Yoda. Instead of add manual run, I say manual run add. That's funny. Then you got the explanation of what it did. Cool. All right, sweet. Let's go. All right, here we go. Shell check. First time going through. Let's see what it does. I imagine we'll get some kind of error. Although, will it error on warning or will it error on something else. You do not know. Can I set up Olammer and use cursor free? I think so. I don't know though. Oh, look, here we go. Failure. Exit. Really? Says monitor control auto detect displays has errors. And Bluetooth control also has errors. Is that true? If so, unit testing's already doing its job. So if you don't unit test, you got to do it. It saves you time and heartache. All right, what do we got? Ah, it is a problem. Fix it for me. No, it didn't work. That's funny. All right, we're gonna have to use our brain. So here's this. Here's the if, and that. You have an if down here, but guess what? You don't have this. Why is that like that? Oops. That finger, that. Shift tab. Yeah. What? Stupid. Hell, do it. Do it. Do it now. Okay. Keep messing that up. What? If, then return. Custom. What is happening here? What does it not like? Command appears to be unreachable. Check syntax. Oh, my bad. Sorry. It's okay. Got it. White spaces. Anyways, yeah. That's what that should look like. Great. So then we look back here. So we get, that's the auto displays there. And then if we look at line 40, that was line 9, right? So line 40 and line 9 would this. Okay. Yeah. That fixes it for us. Okay. So what's the next one? Bluetooth control line 44. Printf format string has no variables. So let's go line 44 of Bluetooth control. Bluetooth control, what's that? Bluetooth control. All right, let's open this guy up. Line 44 of Bluetooth control. Printf with no variables. Ah, okay. Like, okay, that's pretty straightforward. You have a read without R will mangle backslashes. I mean, sure. While we're here, we'll fix that too. Cool. So, fix shell check errors, man. Let's commit that. Push it. I know I probably should do a PR, but I'm kind of in a rush because I want to make sure we get this done and all of our unit tests showing green check marks by the end of it all, right? Here we go. Now, I see the release firing off. I kind of want shell check to go. I'll go. Actually, shell check only does it on pull request, so we're going to have to manually run it anyways. My bad. Let's go shell check. Oh no. Shell check is running. Oh, you're renaming. Oh, that's not me. But this one did work. We got a green checkbox. Shell check ran. Looks like no errors there. Let's run a general shell check just to make sure. This should run it on the whole project. And we'll see if we get an error. So we have our shell check for just checking, making sure bash scripts are actually runnable and they don't have any errors, which we had 2 that slipped in there. And then we have the bashism, so we're making sure we're POSIX compliant using SH. That's in there now. So anybody doing any future PRs, all these checks are going to run based on bash, and we also have our Rust checks. But we've limited them down to just pull requests and Rust files versus the shell file. So if it's a bash script or bash-ish, or just shell script, I should call it, instead of calling it bash script because it's POSIX compliant, it should just run the checks that it needs over here, not on Rust files. And then Rust, likewise, shouldn't run on bash files. So we have both unit tests between the project. Oh, thing of beauty. Green check marks all across the board. We got our unit tests in. Man, feeling good. Fat Bastard, thank you for the tier 1. The coding, man. Coding Wonders is the best. I appreciate you gifting him a sub. He deserves it. Okay. So we're good. There's probably more we could do here, but I want to get this final release done so then everybody can be trying out all these beautiful, beautiful changes. I know some of these, since I kind of just pushed them directly to main, which I shouldn't have done. I should have done it through a PR. A lot of my changes don't show up here, but I don't care. This will be our new release. Setting as the latest release right now. Did that action finish? It did. It did, I think. Yeah. Cool. Alrighty. And I gotta check really fast just to see how long ago was that release. Should be like 2 minutes. If the assets show longer, 1 minute ago. Okay, great. So those should be the latest. We have our latest release done. 0919. We have all our unit tests in place. We have shell checking. We have bashism checking. We have our Rust checks. Most of this should really be rounding up. This is probably the first release of Linux utility that I feel fairly comfortable with, that I think a lot of users could use and get a lot of value from. So that's pretty awesome. Deep, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you. It's awesome. So, all right, this is where we're going to end this stream. I think Linux Toolbox is in a fairly awesome state right now. We have the latest release pushed. It looks totally awesome. There'll probably be some little bugs here that probably pop up, but I think we squashed most of the really big ones that I was more worried about. It's not 100%, but man, is it come quite a long ways just in a short period of time. So we'll keep at it. I'll keep my eye on the issues, pull requests, contributor chat, those types of things. And I appreciate everybody for contributing and making this project the best that it can be. So, man, we'll see what it looks like in a month. That's awesome. So, all right, y'all. Love you. Have a good one. Peace.